Hey guys, it's Sean. This is DevLog 6. Added sound for NPC pistol shots along with a randomized counter to separate the time between pistol shots. To make the time between shots random, I just added a random range between two float values. Once a value is set, it acts as a kind of a cooldown between the next shot. Added a reload animation when they run out of ammo. Again, since they have a rigging component on them, along with the animations, I figured that when the unit plays the animation, I will lower the rigging value to avoid the weird animation thing that happens. There was a problem where they would keep shooting and sometimes they would pop one off while the gun was aiming at themselves during the reloading animation. I fixed it by adding an event on the animation where this function would call once it hits this frame, and only then will the bullets be added back into the gun and resets the rigging value. Once they have been knocked down, they will continue to try and shoot the last target. I didn't purposely add this as I came by this on accident. I'm pretty sure that once they're knocked down, the rigging component is still active and the top half of the model is still actually trying to shoot. Added multiple work spots for NPCs. Once a job is assigned, they will search for a work spot according to the job. For instance, if the job assigned is security, they will search for a spot where it's not already occupied. Once a spot is found, the spot will then be labeled as occupied, and once ordered off the spot, it will then return to unoccupied. Added a requirement for assigning NPCs this security job. Now the player will have to have a pistol in their inventory before assigning them to security and giving them a pistol. Added an extra dialogue option to take NPCs off security and the pistol you gave them will return to your inventory. Made improvements on how a unit will search for a job or enemy unit. Previously, a unit will search for things by an on-trigger stay, which searches for triggers every frame once it has entered its collider. I used a coroutine where it basically delays a function before activating it. By using this, I decrease the trigger collider and have it increase to a certain value as set intervals to essentially search for the closest related object. I've been trying to stress test the game by adding a whole bunch of zombies, and it's not looking too well. It seemed like every zombie added cost me a couple frames per second. I'm not an advanced programmer, so I searched how to optimize my game and this video came up. I followed it and the results were pretty good. I changed the skybox to color, changed the world light to have hard shadows, changed all the textures to have MIP map enabled, along with the texture size reduced with crunch compression. Since all the models in my game are low poly, there wasn't that much detail that changed. Changed the clipping planes of the camera to a small number. Since I have fog in my game, the camera won't have to render things that far, so that was a huge bonus to performance. I only had to render as far as the fog started. Changed every object that wasn't physical to static. Changed some of the UI images to have maskable and raycastable disabled. Changed the lighting settings from real time to mixed so that static objects won't have dynamic shadows, but things like the player and other zombies will. And changed the shadow resolution as well. I only went low enough so this pixel shadow won't appear, so I just bumped it up one level from that. So far the frame rates are looking way better than before. I have a low end PC, so I'm pretty happy with that. I know that most of the performance issues that come up are regarding the NPCs and the zombies, so I'm just trying to figure out ways to make them better optimized. Next, I'm trying to aim for at least 30 NPCs on the screen at once without dropping below 75 frames, but we'll see if I can get there on the next devlog. Alright guys, let me know what you think below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.